Good day, I'm Steven, and this is Blitz News Networks. Global trade is facing fresh turbulence. President Donald Trump has announced significant new tariff threats via social media. He's proposing a hefty 50% tariff on all European Union imports, potentially effective June 1st, citing stalled trade negotiations. Our discussions with them are going nowhere, he declared. Simultaneously, a 25% tariff is threatened for all smartphones, including Apple's iPhone and Samsung devices, unless they are manufactured in the United States. President Trump specifically mentioned Apple CEO Tim Cook, stating he expects US-sold iPhones to be manufactured and built in the United States, not India or anyplace else. This tariff could extend to all foreign-made smartphones by the end of June. In Oval Office remarks, President Trump reiterated his firm stance on EU tariffs. "I'm not looking for a deal. We've set the deal. It's at 50%. Responding, EU trade officials emphasized that the vital EU-US trade relationship must be based on mutual respect, not threats, and affirmed the EU's readiness to protect its interests. The potential economic repercussions are considerable. Analysts quickly warned that if Apple were forced to shift iPhone production to the US, a device currently priced around $1,200 could see its cost surge to an estimated $3,500. Tech analyst Dan Ives labeled the concept of US-made iPhones a fairy tale, projecting a 5 to 10-year transition period and enormous costs, possibly $30 billion for Apple to move just 10% of its supply chain. Following these announcements, Apple's stock and broader market indexes experienced declines. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent defended the president's actions, suggesting to Fox News that Trump is trying to light a fire under companies and the EU. The stated goal is to encourage the return of precision manufacturing, particularly in the critical semiconductor industry, to American soil. However, critics and many economists view these measures as highly disruptive. They warn such actions could damage America's standing as a reliable trading partner, suggesting policy is being driven by impulse rather than established international norms. Some see these tariff threats as a high-stakes negotiating tactic. President Trump's central justification remains what he describes as a totally unacceptable trade deficit in goods with the European Union. The EU, in turn, often highlights that a broader view, including services, presents a more balanced trade picture. This escalating situation introduces significant uncertainty for businesses and consumers globally. Will these tariffs ultimately revitalize domestic manufacturing, or will they primarily result in higher consumer prices and strained international relations? We invite you to share your perspectives in the comments section below. And please, don't forget to subscribe to Blitz News Networks for continuous updates on this and other key global stories.